She's moved away from it. And I have a local city councilman that has this saying, woke one was crazy.
Did the movement go too far with some of those positions? I mean, you briefly supported the idea of defunding the police.
Well, you know, I think that during this time and especially during COVID, there was a huge opening of the Overton window. We were shut down. There was some of the highest unemployment rates that we have seen because of those shutdowns. Yeah. Of course, rhetoric in that time is not rhetoric that we would use today.
But the DSA Dems are undeterred and apparently unprepared. The group's co-chair stumbled when pressed on its big plans to tax the rich.
We do believe in taxing the hell out of millionaires. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Democratic Socialists in the US are actually playing third world politics. It's very straightforward, third world politics. And sometimes I get a little bit, surprised why the GOP is not taking it to them the way I think they should be taking it to them. I know they're doing some things. They're doing a lot of commercial advertisement against them and all that. But I think that the GOP needs to emphasize strongly that these guys are doing third world politics. What is third world politics? Third world politics is politics of distributing free things to people so that they can vote for you. It's practically bribery, okay? It's practically trying to bribe the electorate. And that's what the DSA is doing. You know, that's why they come out and always talk about free stuff, free this, free that, free healthcare, free buses, free groceries. It's third world politics. So I want us to take a look at an interview by Hannity on Fox News with a DSA operative or politician and see the answers he gives. He literally just runs away from the answers. They can never answer these questions clearly and fluently. Let's take a look.
Making its way to South Florida. Wow. Where DSA and Hassan Piker-backed candidate Oliver Larkin is challenging incumbent Jared Moskowitz for the Democratic nomination in Florida's 25th district, which is widely expected to be a toss-up in November. Now, Larkin shares a lot in common with other extreme socialist DSA members, including, of course, a passionate hatred of Israel. The similarities, extend far beyond that. If Oliver Larkin had his way, well, there would be Medicare for all, no more electoral college, automatic same-day voter registration, an immediate shift away from fossil fuels, public ownership of the fossil fuel infrastructure. He supports abolishing and prosecuting ICE, free public college and universities, an end to the Iranian sanctions, an end to the embargo with Cuba, and federal rent caps. In other words, just like every other DSA candidate, he would radically transform our country until, I would argue, it's not recognizable.
This is where I have a little problem with the GOP, the Republicans. I still feel that Republicans are giving out a little bit of vibes of political correctness, okay? They talk about these people and they try to, those guys, okay. No, this guy is a straight up communist. This guy is a straight up Marxist. Look at what they're talking about. This is not about just differences in ideology, just little differences in political beliefs. No, these guys are straight up Marxist. You can see the list of things they're talking about. They are Marxist. They are third world Marxist. And it's a little surprising to me how calm sometimes the GOP is when they're presenting these things and making it look like, okay, we're just having a small argument about, no. You have to take these guys really seriously. These are Marxists, and they are not only Marxists. A lot of them are anti-Semites. A lot of them are anti-black. People forget that the most racist people throughout history, at least in history of the last 1,000 to 1,500 years, are Islamic jihadists, are the Arabs, not the white. I see a lot of people talk about racism and they say white people are racist. White people were never even 50% as racist as the Arabs. The trans-Saharan slave trade was the worst slave trade on every measure. So when you see people like Hassan Piker, when you see people like Mandami, Forget what they're telling you. These guys are straight up racists. Racist. If you go to some of the Arab countries, black people are treated like non-humans. So I don't want to overstretch that. But my point is that sometimes when I hear the Republicans talk about this, they talk about this so mildly, and sometimes they put themselves in a situation where these guys starts to call them the racist. Imagine a real racist calling you the racist. And you're there just trying to be calm, and sometimes you go into the defensive and you're trying to defend yourself. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Last week, he did join me on my radio show. I asked him about his radical agenda. Take a listen.
To each American based on their needs, from each American based on their ability. Do you support that?
I think that's a fine concept.
Do you know who said that first? You don't, do you?
Inform me.
I will inform you. A guy by the name of Karl Marx.
All right, here to try and defend his, agenda, Florida Democratic congressional candidate Oliver Larkin. I do appreciate you coming on. I do. Let's pick up where we left off on my radio show. So I ask you, to each according to their need, from each American according to their ability. And I ask you, well, who said that? You did not know that it was Karl Marx. Have you had time to think about that?
I've been focusing on meeting the people of our district, and I'm not coming.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Listen to Hannity himself. He's saying, "Oh, I heard you made this quote, and you did not know it was Karl Marx." The guy knows it's Karl Marx. He read it. He has read it. Stop saying, "Oh, the guy doesn't know it's Karl Marx." No, he knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing. You're trying to excuse him, like some kind of, ignorant guys, just innocently. No, these guys are not innocent, ignorant people. They are Marxist. They are prepared for you. They are prepared for what they are doing. They have been indoctrinated, many of them from the colleges, from the college campuses, and they are ready for this. So stop presenting them or stop. To me, it's like you are actually masking them. You're helping them. You are helping to give them a soft landing with that kind of response.
Coming at this from a theoretical point of view. I'm coming at this race from a pragmatic point of view of what the American people and the people of South Florida need, and that is Medicare for all, that is universal child care, that is the policy proposals that you just articulated on your show. This is what people, working class people, Democrats, Republicans, and independents want to see reflected in our government's priorities.
Well, what gives you such confidence? Medicare for all, taxpayer-funded abortions, federal government, prescription drugs, no more electoral college, automatic same-day voter registration, et cetera, which I think is ridiculous because you need time to check it out. $25 minimum wage. Let me ask you the question this way. Out of every dollar these so-called evil rich people make, how much should they be able to keep in their pocket after they pay all the taxes you and your fellow socialist/Marxists would like to take? How much should they be able to keep?
I think if we went back to the mid-20th century top marginal tax rates that we saw under the FDR, Truman, and Eisenhower administrations, that would be a fine place to start, because that was the golden age of the American middle class when we were expanding the share of wealth and equity in the country. And
you want well, give me a number. What percentage of every dollar should every American be able to keep after they pay the government, local, state, federal?
It depends on the range of income that someone is making. For billionaires, I think that billionaires should be taxed out of existence.
This guy is a fool. This guy's a big fool. But again, I will not even call him a fool because he knows what he's doing. But I said he's a fool because he thinks he's fooling his audience. And maybe there are some people in the audience that is fooling. Maybe there are people out there that are also cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. But he thinks he's fooling everybody, but he is the fool. It's just like somebody reading off a script. It's robotic. It's not natural. It's robotic. So I think, again, I say it. These Republicans, they give these guys too much leeway. He's just mouthing off. He's just talking rubbish. He cannot even answer simple questions. It's crazy.
far too much money that is
Billionaires should
concentrated
be,
among
so
the
you want
wealthy
the right,
few.
You want to empower the government to take from the most creative providers, the most brilliant people in our country. Now, I don't know many billionaires that are self-made that are stupid. Do you? I don't know any.
Well, I think that in the case of someone like Elon Musk, he's taken billions of dollars in government subsidies and government handouts to enrich his further wealth, and he then uses that wealth to borrow against
He also
his...
rescued astronauts that were abandoned by Joe Biden. I'm sure you're grateful for Elon's contribution there, right? I'm grateful for that.
Well, I mean, Elon Musk didn't even start his own company. He just bought it out, and this is, someone
Okay, but
who...
I'm sure you are grateful that he
vulture...
rescued astronauts that Joe Biden abandoned in space.
What is Hannity? Hannity is this is funny. I mean, the guy is making a fool of himself, and you're not even taking him on. You are asking him the wrong questions. What are you talking about? The guy is talking nonsense. Oh, Elon Musk made he didn't start a company. He bought a company. What he's talking about? He's talking rubbish. There was no Tesla was just like an idea when Elon Musk came on and bought the company. He built it from the scratch. It's like an idea. Those guys had nothing. So this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Same thing he's talking about, oh, Elon is taking subsidy from the government. What kind of subsidy from the government? What subsidy are you talking about? The government actually came out to try to help people to get electric cars because the government wanted to do the green, the green thing, the climate change thing. And so they, put together subsidies to say, okay, let's help people buy this. And you're saying Elon Musk is taking money from the government. Elon Musk is not taking money from the government. Elon Musk makes cars, makes rockets. The government patronizes him. It's not nobody's giving Elon Musk free money. This is nonsense. And Hannity is not even taking him on.
Sean, I'm not really sure what you're speaking to. The International Space Station, I think
I'm talking about the guys that needed to be rescued,
deployed,
and Joe Biden did nothing, and Elon Musk rescued them. I'm sure you're grateful. All right, let me move on.
I think that we should have a national NASA
billionaires
system
should
that
be
is
taxed
actually
out of
funded and not
existence.
having
How
Jeff
about-
Bezos or Elon Musk making their own rockets.
Somebody making $100 grand a year, how much of every dollar should they be able to keep?
I think that the tax rate
Give me a
on
number.
most middle-class Americans and
Oliver,
Sean,
give me a number.
It's not that
How
easy.
much out of
I know
every
that
dollar
nuance
should
doesn't
they be
work
able to
well
keep?
on cable news, but
100 grand. No, 100
I don't think
grand.
that we should be. I
How
don't think that
much
we should
of
be
every
raising
dollar should they
taxes
be able to
on
keep? It's a
middle-class
simple
Americans.
question. How much are you willing to
Sean,
let the government take? How much? Give us a number.
I want to see a return on our taxpayer investment. We pay
Give
into
us
Medicare,
a
yet we don't
number.
get to benefit
Somebody
from Medicare
works
for all.
hard, makes 100 grand a year. How much of every dollar should they keep?
I'm not interested in changing the tax rate on middle-class Americans, on people making 100 grand. I want to raise taxes
Somebody that
on the
makes
billionaire class and
500
on the
grand a
corporations
year,
that are getting
500,000 a year, how much out of every dollar should they be able to keep?
It is in proportional to the top marginal tax
Give
rate
me
that
a
we
number.
see, where if you're making...
Oliver, give me
Sean,
a number. How much
Sean,
out of
it's
every
not that
dollar
easy.
should they
It's
keep?
not that simple.
It's not that simple. You're
They
the
should
one that
be
wants,
getting back what they
cradle
put
to grave, womb
into
to the tomb,
They should
Green
be
New
getting out
Deal.
what they put into the system.
Okay, so how
The
much
Green New Deal,
in your
I mean,
head?
we should have public ownership of utilities. We're
You
experiencing a
DSA
climate
people talk a
crisis.
lot about fairness. What is fair for a guy that makes $500,000 a year? Out of every dollar, how much should the government get? Answer the question. Why don't you stop playing games?
The person making $500,000, $1 million a year, they should pay the same rate in Social Security tax as the rest of the working class because there's a Social Security
How much
income
out of
cap.
every
Lift the
dollar should
Social
go to
Security
taxes?
income cap
How
from
much can they keep?
$184,500 a year.
Oliver, this is
Tax
my last
every
shot, and I'm
dollar
going to say
that a
goodbye.
billionaire makes into the...
I'm not talking. I asked you 500 grand a year. How much should go to the government out of every dollar? How much should they be able to keep? Answer the question. Be honest, for crying out loud. What's fair?
They should pay the same Social Security tax rate as working class Americans.
goodbye.
We need to raise the taxable income cap on Social Security.
You don't
The
want to
billionaires
tell
are not
your real
paying-
opinion because you know you will look stupid. To each according to their need, from each according to their ability. That makes you a Marxist. You might want to learn history before you come on the show. Up next, more.
Well, I mean, that's still a good one. I have to give it to Hannity at the end. That's still a good one. But I was getting a little bit, edgy at the beginning because I felt this guy is a big fool. I mean, just help him make a fool of himself, But I still like the way it ended because these guys are crazy. These guys are crazy. These guys are just indoctrinated lunatics. That's what they are. That's what they are. They just want to destroy society. And the Islamists and the woke, they are all in league in this craziness, and they want to create chaos in society. They want to distort society. They want things to be chaotic because that is the only kind of environment they can grab power, because that's their ultimate goal, to grab power. And everyone out there needs to understand this, and people needs to stop treating them with kids gloves, like, they're nice guys, just that they're misled. No, they are not nice guys. They are coming for you, and you need to understand that. And let's just leave it here. Please like, please share, and please comment, and let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you.